Today, I'm going to be sharing things I learned about freelancing after working with 5 clients. I ventured into freelancing 2 months plus ago. I totally had no clue about what it would be like. What I do is that I write reports for students. The first thing I learned is don't sell anything to them. Okay, so after throwing out my advertisements, because around that period of time I learned that I'll be needing advertisements, I couldn't just be based on I couldn't just be based on the text that I do. I couldn't just write the text and be like DM me for your reports and stuff like that. I learned that I needed to get something that I had to have a unique selling point, a unique selling proposition that clients would be like, okay, yes, this is why I want her to do my job for me. So I think that's what I did immediately I got into the space. So yes, that's what I did. After getting into it, my first thing was to get my unique selling proposition. Then I wrote a little copy that could grab my potential clients to me. And so yes, I started getting people DMing me that they saw my advertisement and the rest of it. But since I just got into it and I was kind of very, very happy and the rest of it, but in spite of the happiness, I was still anxious of okay, let me just, what if I lose them and this kind of thing. So immediately they sent me a DM. I was replying them based on everything I have planned. I set out all the text, all the things they would be doing, and after everything, below the text, I dropped the price. To be sincere, it was a very, very, very long test. So the thing was that immediately they are sending me a hi, and I was replying them. So immediately they sent that and they sent their name. I was sending them the whole list of everything they are going to be needing throughout the period if they are going to be signing in with me. So I was just sending everything to them. So actually, I was doing that because I was anxious of what would happen if I couldn't sign them immediately. So immediately they are coming, I was, should I say, overwhelming them with the fear of okay, this is everything and this is the price. So immediately they are seeing it, they stopped replying me. Like they just stopped replying me. So it happened for the first time, it happened for the second time, then the third time I predicted it the third time, I predicted it the fourth time. Like it was something I was now set that that's what will happen because of immediately I was sending it and they just stopped replying. So actually that made me to lose those first 4 people. But then I discovered that I think I was doing something wrongly. But I still didn't know the right thing to do. I didn't still know the way to go. But then I said maybe calm down a little. Let me not sign them in immediately. So little by little and the rest of it, I kind of wasn't really selling them immediately, and I think I still getting improvements rather than what was happening before. Rather than them just seeing the test and snubbing, just I still seeing improvements. Before you get a client, that's such person really needs such service. He or she might be busy. So due to that, they might not really be able to do that themselves. So they are now coming to you that okay, this person, I'm trying to trust this person to do my job for me. What I was doing, trying to lay out the price first, it was kind of I'm not really certain, but I kind of feel like it's trending the emphasis that okay, I don't really mind about what they want. That I'm just caring. Okay, or should I say that I'm just I just want what I want. That's the money aspect. Said to take a new move, which was trying to really understand what they want, understand why they are coming to me, familiarizing myself with them. Because these guys, they are trusting you with something that really matters to them. And plus, they'll be giving you their money, in which it's not really easy for it's just not someone like, okay, let me take tricks and send this to someone else. So you starting with the price and trying to sell them immediately gives that impression that, okay, you are you might not really be that person that really cares about them, and which is why they are coming to you, because they want you to care about them and really treat their work with that thought in mind. Another thing I learned was that try as much as possible to finish before deadline. For me, since I write reports, I kind of set the deadline in which they will be seeing their work, or in which they will get updated about how far their work is going. But for my fourth client, he was like he needed the report on the 30th. And I think that was on the time he messaged, the time we talked, it was on 10th. So the time span between that 10th to 30th was because of I also am working with other people and I also need to get other things done. So he said he needed it on 30th because that's when everything is finishing. It was some kind of urgent something. So I needed to get things done before 30th. But then I knew that I didn't want it to get to the point whereby on the third or on the 28th I would begin to panic and the rest of it. So what I did was that immediately he said it and he gave me settled. I said the report immediately since his was kind of his issue was kind of urgent. So I tried as much as possible to finish it at least half before the time. And amazingly, like he asked for the report just 2 days after I had finished it. So I wasn't like thinking like, okay, how about if I had not finished those how about if I have not even started? What if I was waiting for the half time before starting? If you are if there's some kind of deadline for your work also, try as much as possible to do it before the deadline. I know it might kind of be stress, it might be stress and the rest of it. Make you to even know how far you can handle and it's more of building you up for further work. The the other thing I learned is seeing things from their own perspective and also giving them a sense, like letting them have a feeling of importance. I don't really know about all the niche in freelancing space, but in my own niche, that's where I write for people. I kind of once in a while I need some input from them, and such input I can't just search it online because of it's something that is personal to them. So before before we get to the stage of maybe they are now my customer, at the early beginning I would want to let them know that okay, at the long run I'll be needing such information from you. But what I learned from a book was that you should look for a way to get them to say yes all along, so that you don't making them when in case whereby they feel like where they say no, you're kind of adding friction to whatever the relationship is. Because at this first stage is that you're trying to build relationship, then that relationship is what you are now going to be building on to get things done. In building such relationship, you have to show that you really care about their input instead of predicting everything like, okay, this is what I want. Be like, okay, this is it, but is it okay by you? Stuff like that. So that in the long run you guys can be able to be so you can feel um, relate with he or she and also vice versa. So I think that was the things I learned doing my work with my first four clients. So yes, the first thing I learned is that you should not sell, like don't try as much as possible to be centric on what they want and don't just be like okay you're trying to sell immediately. And second one is that you should give them a the feeling of importance, and also trying to see things from their own perspective. Those are the little things I learned over the few months of starting my freelancing career, whereby I'm just writing, I'm just a writer, whereby I write reports for people and the rest of it. So it's not like I have the perfect model yet. I'm just trying to share what I learned from the little experience I've gotten. So if you find it helpful, please do also like and comment and also subscribe. But if you also have ideas and maybe things you've learned from your other freelancing space and the rest of it, I would really appreciate if you can share it to me too. So my name is Aliu Elizabeth. Thanks for staying tuned. See you in the next video.